Good morning, everybody. It's Hannah again with Sea Turtle Inc. and we are here at Cameron County Beach Access 4 right here on South Padre Island. We are getting ready to release an X amount of hatchlings. I'm not sure how many we're releasing yet, but as soon as I find out, I will let y'all know. We're super excited. We have a full crowd of people here. Everyone's super excited to see all of these Kemp's Ridley hatchlings. Now, it has been a very busy nesting season. We've hit a record-breaking year of 140 nests, and we're protecting over 12,000 eggs, and we've released over 9,000 hatchlings so far, which is pretty cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and go talk to some people in the crowd, and then we'll let us know a little bit about these hatchlings, and we'll go ahead and see these hatchlings get released. So let's get going. I know that we have one friend that I was gonna talk to over here. Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning?
We're doing great. Thank you. We're so excited.
That's exciting. Is this your guys' first hatchling release?
No, we've lived here for 15 years, and so it's our first in a bit. But he's excited because it's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah, Nate, what are you excited about?
The baby hatchling.
The hatchlings, the baby hatchlings, aren't they? They're so cute. They're very small. They're about the size of the palm of your hand, and they're going to bring them right up to you guys, as you know, and you're going to get to see them way up close.
Are you way excited?
Isn't that so exciting?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for stepping out and coming out to see us. Thank you. Yes. So we like to interact with the crowd to kind of get with them and understand what they like to do and see what they like to hear. It's kind of fun to see that. But with these Kemp's Ridleys, what we're going to notice is that these people, our team, is going to come up. They're going to go straight up to the crowd showing the hatchlings. With these hatchlings, though, we're going to kind of switch them out every once in a while. It's important that we do this because they're in a frenzy. We want to make sure that they save enough energy to make it out into the Gulf. Now, also with these Kemp's Ridleys, we're very blessed that we get to work with the smallest, the rarest, and the most endangered sea turtle species out of the all 7. We get to see that. They only nest here in Texas and into northern Mexico, and that is it, nowhere else in the world. They weigh no more than 100 pounds, reach no more than 2 feet in length. They are actually the only species out of all 7 that nest strictly during the daytime, actually. So our team is kind of lucky that we don't have to do too many night shifts. And they nest in something called an arribadas, and this is short for arrival. Now, this is basically when a mass number of mamas are all going to come onto shore all at once and all nest at once. And this is a way to help defend themselves against predators. Now, the Kemp's Ridley weighs no more than 100, like I said, no more than 2 feet, so they are the smallest species, which is pretty cool. But let's keep on heading over. We do have some babies pulling up right here. We have Dr. Amy showing all of these Kemp's Ridley hatchlings. Do you know how many we have this morning?
74 this morning.
74 this morning. Thank you so much. It is their birthday today, so make sure y'all wish them a happy birthday. You'll see Emily grab 2 of them, and they're going to start to show the crowd in just a few moments. You can see they are in that frenzy. They're so excited to head out into the water, which is super exciting. They're the cutest things ever. Again, they are about the size of the palm of your hand. They're soft and they're squishy. Their shell actually hardens as they get older. So what we do is, after we're done showing all of these babies, we're going to go ahead and lay on the ground. This allows us to be able to release these hatchlings out into the wild. Now, you may notice that we don't put them directly into the water. We're going to actually put them onto the sand. This is to make sure that they can imprint on our island. So imprinting is pretty cool. Sea turtles, even though their brain is the size of the tip of your thumb, they actually have a lot of internal instincts. So they have something in their brain called magnetite. It's basically an internal compass or a giant map. So during migration, they can use Earth's magnetic field and come back to the same beach where they were born to make a nest with us one day when they mature as an adult, which can take a Kemp's Ridley around 10 to 15 years. So I always think it's pretty cool that they know how to do that, but sometimes they don't know the difference between plastic and trash, but they do look pretty similar if you think about it, so we have to give it to them, which is pretty funny. But it's super exciting that we're going to be here today. Like I said, we're releasing over 70 hatchlings. If I remember, Dr. Amy said 74 baby Kemp's Ridley hatchlings. Now, if you guys want to be able to see these Kemp's Ridley hatchlings in person, I recommend either checking our Facebook in the mornings, or you can always become a member with us. This allows you to get text messages as early as staff does, so you can come into these releases in live and watch us release them in person, which is super exciting. So we can always drop that down below if you guys are interested in a membership with us. But if you want to help out our sea turtles, you can always start by coming to visit us at Sea Turtle Inc. We are open Tuesday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Those are our summer hours. We do have a fully functioning hospital where we're taking care of 28 Atlantic green sea turtle patients right now. So it's a very busy, full hospital, but we're loving every single second of it. You'll definitely meet one of your favorites. We also, of course, have our resident hall and our gift shop. That's on the other side of the building. We have 2 buildings now that we just opened our brand new hospital March 1st of this year. So it's super exciting that y'all can come on out and see us. Another ways that y'all can help is if you have a beach day. You can clean up all of your plastic and trash out on the beach, but also kicking down sandcastles and filling in holes is super important. We want to make sure that we have a nice, clean, and flat area for nesting mamas and baby hatchlings. Because if a nesting mama is coming onto shore, something such as a sandcastle or a hole might be blocking her. She could get stuck in the hole, think the sandcastle is a predator, turn around, head back to the water, and not lay her nest with us. And we definitely want her to lay those eggs with us. As the sea turtles, these are the most critically endangered sea turtle species, so we want them to lay as many nests as we possibly can, which is pretty cool that this year we do have a record-breaking year, like I said, of 140 nests, which is super awesome for us. Our corral team, our conservation team has been working day and night in the corral, which is the area where we keep these babies. So what these mamas are going to do is they're going to crawl up onto the gulf and continue to crawl until they go to the base of the sand dunes where there is soft sand. This just makes it easier for them to dig up the sand. After this, they're going to start digging their nest as deep as your forearm to your fingertips, and then they're going to go into a trance. This is where they kind of know what's happening, but they don't really care what's happening at the same time. They're going to deposit around 100 ping pong ball size eggs, cover it up, do a little dance, and say peace out and head back to the water, and they probably will never see those babies again. That's when our team steps in, and we are actually going to go ahead and move these eggs to that corral, which is the protected area where we keep those babies. Now, what we do is we dig our own nest, we put the eggs in there, we cover it up, we let them sit and incubate, so grow for about 45 to 60 days. Then as they're ready coming out, we look for something called a boil. This is when all of the hatchlings are starting to emerge. We look at that around day 45, just when they're maybe starting to hatch. That's when our conservation team starts to usually work on overnight. So we're watching for all of these baby hatchlings, because if they hatch at the middle of the night, we got to release them out into the wild. That's why we have early public morning hatchling releases, is we have a special permit that has us be able to release these babies early in the morning before or at sunrise, which is why they are so early in the morning. But we are going to go ahead and start to lay down and show you guys all of these Kemp's Ridley hatchlings. We're going to lay down fully on the ground. We got our first one out on the ground here. Again, they're very small, about the size of the palm of your hand. They're soft and they're squishy. Their shell hardens as they get older. And again, we're releasing 74 Kemp's Ridley hatchlings. Now you guys may notice they might get a little disoriented when we put them down. They are going to follow the light to make their way out into the water. That's why it's super crucial, if you do live in an area where sea turtles nest at nighttime, that you do turn off all of those artificial lights, especially during nesting season, to make sure that those babies can make it to the water and not out into the other ways. So they would follow the moonlight or the sunlight, and instead of following the artificial lights. So just as a friendly reminder, if you guys do live somewhere where those sea turtles nest at nighttime, make sure you turn off those artificial lights. You guys may also hear in the background that our crowd and staff are clapping. This is to scare away all of the birds. They have a ton of predators when they're babies. I would say coyotes and raccoons can get the eggs. We have birds and crabs and fish can get our hatchlings. Sharks as they get older. So once they hit the water though, this is what we call the lost years. So this is when they're too small to put a tracker in. So we don't really know what they do, but we kind of have a guess of what they do. So what we think is they probably go and forage and hide in sargassum, which is this brown seaweed. This allows them to be able to hide and camouflage, but also be able to forage for food out there. They'll live there for the first couple years of their life. And then after that, they can start to enjoy more of the open ocean area a little bit more. And again, if y'all have any questions, you're welcome to pop them down into the comments below. I am able to see if you guys have any questions, and I will be able to answer those for you if you do. Now, more ways that y'all can help is, since it is nesting season, we do have adoptions where you can adopt a hatchling or a nest. They are a symbolic adoption, so you would get to name a sea turtle hatchling, and we would be able to release that hatchling out into the wild. Or you can adopt a whole nest where we tell you everything we know about that nest, the species, everything like that. We can tell you everything about that nest, and it's just another way to help support Sea Turtle Inc. as well. Clapping for those birds to get out of the way. So, Angela, moving the eggs will not affect them in any way. Usually what will happen is the temperature of the sand depicts the gender of the sea turtle. So with the earth warming up a little bit, we probably would be seeing more females, but we're not 100% sure until they reach that adulthood age, which can take 20 to 25 years. But so far, they have not had a negative effect or experience from us moving them. That's a great question. So some of our first hatchlings have hit the water. We are super excited. They're the cutest little things. I don't know what I like more, patient releases or hatchling releases. It's nice to see those patients go back out into the wild, especially when they've been with us for a long amount of time. But the hatchlings are just so cute that you can't help it. Now, like I said, they do have that frenzy energy, so this gives them about 24 hours worth of energy, like I said earlier, to make it to the Gulf. So they are really trudging along, trying to make their way to the water, and then what they're probably going to do is go and hide and forage. I love when they leave their little tracks. They're the cutest things ever. Especially when they're just going side to side to side, and it just looks so cute. And remember, today it is these hatchlings' birthday. So wish them a happy birthday in the comments. They were literally just born only about a couple hours ago, maybe an hour ago. So they are fresh birthday babies. Our crowd is clapping again, trying to get rid of all of these seagulls that might want a meal, but we're not going to let that happen today. Now, a lot of people think as they get older, they can hide inside of their shells. Sea turtles actually cannot hide inside of their shells. As a way to protect themselves against predators, they may swim sideways or point their shell towards the mouth of a predator, as their shell is what's going to really protect them, that hard armor. We have about a handful of sea turtle Kemp's Ridley hatchlings left. Sometimes there are some stragglers, but they definitely make their way out, and it's totally okay to take a little break. Now, we do have a couple events for kiddos, which is always super fun. We have our summer camp where we have 1 day and 3 day, or you can do all 4 days. We have them for Kemp's kids and tween turtles. We can link that down below for y'all if you're interested in that. Ton of activities planned. Also getting to see and meet our sea turtles. It's a fun experience, especially if your kiddo wants to learn more about sea turtles and do some fun activities as well. We also have our Kids Night Out event happening within the next couple of weeks as well. We are doing the leatherback theme. This is one of our last Kids Night Outs of the summer. So now is your chance to be able to go ahead and sign your kiddo up. This gives your kiddo a fun experience at night to see and learn about sea turtles, and it gives you time to do whatever you would like to do yourself without your kiddos. We have a few stragglers left, but they are making their way quite nicely. It's a beautiful morning here on South Padre Island. Clapping to get rid of these birds, these seagulls. Now, if you guys also want to see these Kemp's Ridley hatchlings and you don't know when your best probable chance of seeing them are, we do have a calendar on our website that has your best probable chance of seeing these hatchlings. It'll tell you when we think they're going to hatch out and obviously your best chance of seeing those hatchlings. So make sure you take a look at that as well. If you don't want to become a member with us and you want to keep checking our Facebook, which is awesome, you can keep checking that calendar as well to see when your best chance of seeing these hatchlings are. So Hector, do they end up finding their mother as they get older? Usually, probably not. That would be really, really cool, but usually their sea turtles are very solitary animals, so they kind of prefer to be by themselves. So they usually won't find their mothers, but it's not an impossible thing, but I don't know for sure if they do or not, but usually I would say no. We've got 2 last babies right here and one on the other side over there. We have one last baby on the other side of us. We always have to cheer on for the last sea turtle hatchling. You can do it! Now these Kemp's Ridleys, they can make it to adulthood, which would be amazing. They can live to be anywhere from 30 to 50 years for these Kemp's Ridleys. So they have a pretty good probable chance of getting to be older, which is pretty cool as well. The last hatchling hit the water. Now they just have to crawl into the Gulf. They're so close. Oh, and so close. There it goes. Awesome. That was our last hatchling, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our hatchling release. Remember, if you do want to help out, you can come visit us. We're open 10 to 5 today. Make sure you kick down those sandcastles, fill in your holes. And if you want to become a member with us to see these sea turtle hatchlings live in person, we can link that down below for you guys as well. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.